Hi, I'm Tim from Vintage and Classic, and today I'm with Tom Hardman. Tom Hardman has a dealership for some wonderfully exotic and lovely cars, and we're in his showroom. This isn't the extent of it, actually, Tom.
No, and this is the back
typical
catalogue. This is the storeroom to what should be in the showroom.
Yeah.
So we tend to move cars up there as people turn up to view vehicles. So this is the overflow, and I think we've got 35 cars for sale in here at the moment.
And if we walk around, hopefully this
camera's going to follow us.
Yeah, follow your head, actually.
My head, okay.
Tom, talk us through some of this stuff.
So you won't be able to see it, but we've got a 1500cc 1948 HRG here. Stunning example, finished in black with green interior as it was when it was new. A 3-litre twin cam Sunbeam, beautiful engine, probably one of the most attractive pre-war engines out there. Yeah. And then a very important 1929 Lee Francis Hyper, which was their Lee Francis demonstrator car and raced Brooklyn's period. C-type Montclair midget. Yeah. Again, fantastic history on that car. In fact, it belonged to George Easton and Jimmy Palms, who owned Jarvis Motor Bodies. And George Easton used to go to school up here at Stonyhurst College, and he'd set land speed records, etc. Yeah. A very important Lee Francis Le Mans Coupe. It was at the 1954 motor show at Earls Court. It's a 1953 car. Great period history, competition history, and then it went through a fastidious nut and bolt restoration by Peter J, who's no longer with us. Recently been owned by a significant collector, and just even the interior is the original leather. Stunning car.
That is a stunning car.
It is a stunning car. Model 18 Ford V8, quite a rare car in the UK. There's not many of these, and this is actually the registration number that was on all Ford's publicity for the Model 18 V8.
They did build them here as well, didn't they?
They did, but there's not many of them, and that was the very first hot rod in the UK. The engine was changed to a Mercury engine. It's now back to the Ford engine. I had one guy who said I'd buy it if it had the Mercury engine because I want to do a hot rod, but it would be a shame to hot rod such a lovely car. Slippery Ann belongs to our mechanic, our workshop manager's son. The father of our workshop manager. So that's a replica of, or not actually, it is Slippery Ann, rebodied, etc. So very good. And then that's not for sale. Well, it could be, but it'll kill me. And then we've got a 1935 Derby Bentley 3.5 litre with original leather interior. The paint's been done in America. It was grey originally. That's kind of a grey bronze. That's only had 2 owners in America from new, and then it's had 2 trade owners. We've currently got it on the market. The Bentley 3 5.3 we've just sold after 3 years of negotiation. So that's just found a new home and will be off overseas shortly. And then we've got a selection of storage cars. So everything you see under a cover and on the top shelf are all in storage. The Riley Sprite sold, that's going out to Greece and we'll be doing middle of million next year. And then we've got the Tajero, which I think we've got a buyer for as well. The same guy's bought the Bentley because he's got a connection to John Tajero, family connection. A really nice Morgan 4.4, beautiful car with great sporting mechanics. Great car. That should be snapped up, shouldn't it, Tim?
It should be.
Really, should be. We should tell them now.
We should tell them now. Yeah.
And then and then we've got a Napier Bentley. So we've got a replica Bentley chassis with a 6.2 litre 6-cylinder Napier engine. Really rare engine, and that was actually found in a shadow factory in Ulverston. A few years ago, and they built the car around the engine with a TT replica, Bentley TT replica body. And then we've got an Ulster Imp, Hillman Imp rally car, race car. That's done Goodwood in the past, and I think there's a connection to Goodwood there, isn't there?
There is a connection. So you're racing this weekend at Goodwood at the Revival.
Yes.
In an ERA.
In an ERA, yeah. I'm very fortunate to have a very understanding friend. Ben, who's letting me run his spare ERA. He happens to own 2. as you do.
It's greedy, isn't it?
No, I'm totally agreed. Every ERA owner should own 2, and then there's another one for somebody else to have a go at.
Yes,
so,
you're right.
yeah.
They are the most amazing machinery, ERA.
Yeah.
And I knew Don Day, wasn't it?
Don Day, with our 14B.
Years ago, I remember sitting at a dinner with Don in Jersey. We were racing at the historic, the Festival of Motoring, I think it was.
Yep.
And we'd done a standing quarter on the seafront at St Helier, and I think it was, and a hill climb in the town. And it was sort of around the commemoration of do you remember Prince Beery historically raced there?
Yeah.
And actually took out 30 odd people in the crowd. I think he killed it. It was an awful tragedy.
No, yeah.
And
I have no plans to be doing that.
No, don't do that again this weekend.
No.
There's a bit more safety now, isn't it?
There is.
There was nothing, was it? There was a few straw bales like they were going to stop anybody. But so, and I was talking to Don. I remember him telling me, he goes, Don, unfortunately, rubbed out, was it his right arm?
It was his right arm that he lost,
And that was on the pit straight
at Silverstone. Yeah.
I think that's now the Hamilton straight, isn't it, nowadays?
Possibly.
I remember Don saying to me, because at the time I was racing a 12.4 Riley Special, which was a quick car, it's a methanol car, and I remember him saying to me, it's only when, not if, eventually they'll bite you.
Yeah.
And you've had your...
Yeah, I had my own in May 2017.
Yeah.
2007 even. It wasn't 2017, May 2007. 5:45, 6 o'clock at night, something like that, and I nearly lost my right leg in Austin 7, which had brake failure. So brake components made for racing don't always work.
No, and I think some of the time it's the metal now is almost like 100 years old, but we're producing modern engineering, aren't we? And the cars get quicker.
Yeah.
But the good thing is the circuit safety gets a bit better.
Yeah.
So I think there is a bit of a trade-off there.
My positive was the doctor was the flag marshal, so literally I had the doctor with me straight away. That was I didn't have to wait long for morphine.
Bit of divine inspiration.
So that's good. But we don't need to talk about that. We're not dwelling on that.
No. So you're racing this weekend.
So racing this weekend in the Goodwood Trophy. I think there's 10 ERAs out there. And it's going to be the first time that GP2 ERA has been circuit raced for a very long time, and James Baxter's running that. We've also got, you're going about Prince Spirit, you've got Remus there, R5B with Paddings Dowling, who's an Irish American, so he's coming over to race that. We've got Brad Baker, a Canadian, he's also in a 1500. There's two 1500 1.5 litre cars there this weekend. So there's Brad in 10B, which used to be Nick Mason's car from Pink Floyd. And then there's AGM1, the time-in, that's built out of a lot of leftover factory components. So that's the first time that AGM1 has run at Revival. And then I'm running alongside my old MG Bellevue, so that's going to be there as well. So it's going to be sort of
a busy grid.
It's going to be a very busy grid. There's 27 cars on the grid, 20 minutes. Our race is something like 9:05 on Saturday morning. So there's going to be early hours of waking up and getting the cars warmed up, and then warming up ourselves.
I can feel the tension already.
I'm a little bit. I'm a little bit apprehensive this time. I'm not usually. I'm fairly chill, but it's not my car. I've circuit raced the car once before at Silverstone this year, and we did really well. I had a brilliant wheel-to-wheel battle with Duncan Ricketts in GP1. My wife and his wife were in the stands, sort of gasping each time, and Ben's mother as well, who Ben owns of AGM1. They were gasping every time we came through the complex, because there was not much in it, but we always there was room if something went wrong for either of us. You don't, and the same when he always cut me off as I went onto the start-finish straight.
I think it's interesting actually, because we've both been racing a long time, and there's a lot of respect at this level. And I think at the end of the day, these cars are worth a lot of money. It's not life or death.
No.
And that's the whole point.
Well, all you're going to get is a pint tankard at best, which you're not allowed to give house room for, otherwise another cushion appears, or child. So, we're not doing that. We have no safety rounders. Okay, I wear body armour, I have the most expensive helmet I can afford. And that is our safety, because when my Austin 7 landed on me, it landed on my face. So,
no, it's important.
Helmets are important. A full face helmet's not open face, but that's my personal preference.
No, it's and I think at that level, I think it's noted really by not just the drivers but the spectators will see good, clean racing.
There's no banging wheels, because if they're open wheels, you bang wheels. who knows what direction you're going to go into. The only thing really is potential spinning in the early laps when your tyres are cold, and also later on when your tyres have gone away and you in the last 3 minutes of the race.
Yeah, it can feel like ice, can't it? A little bit.
But it's more like a sponge, isn't it? Because it seems to move rather. You just okay, that's it. And since my incident in the Austin, I don't really like sliding because it was a big slide that turned into more than a big slide.
Yes, I know, and I had a big one in a slicks and wings car, and there seems to be no warning, and I've got total respect for the Formula One guys who can just catch the car.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I didn't catch the car, and it cost me.
It caught you.
It caught me, yeah. And 130 mile an hour backwards into the tyres, and that was at the end of Gerard's. Actually,
the G on that must have been.
It was horrendous, and that was quite a long time ago. I was a lot slimmer then. I could actually fit in.
You were taller then as well. You sort of it compressed you a little bit.
Deceleration trauma, but. Really good luck this weekend, Tom.
Thank you very much, Tim.
I'm sure there'll be some people watching this, if it gets around, that will be watching Tom. So,
well, look for the red ERA. I think I'm car number 6. I did ask for 77, but I'm car number 6.
They're a law unto themselves, Goodwood, aren't they?
Well, let's
not. That's it political,
They're great. I'm invited. That's the main thing.
That's the main thing, and it's a real honour, isn't it, and a privilege to drive these cars. And I remember somebody saying when I was growing up, we are just custodians.
We are, literally. We are. A lot of the adverts that we do, we write on about previous custodians. No, there are no owners. They are just passing through, putting the mark on the car, making new memories, because these things are all about the memories. I can drive down particular roads and I can, when I'm travelling the country, and I can tell you what car I'm driving if I've gone down that road again. And the memories I've had. I can even tell you phone calls I've had in cars on roads where I've done a deal or something. It's been, it's phenomenal.
I know, and it's a wonderful way to make a living, isn't it? And we are blessed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good luck.
Cheers, Tim. Thank you.
Mate.
Bye.